So let's go to the next one, success. How does a corporation determine success? Any comments on that? How does a corporation determine success?
The balance sheet.
Balance sheet. How else? Okay. Nobody can think of another answer? What's that?
Price to earning ratio. Price to earning ratio.
Part of the balance sheet, right? What else? Come on, let's think of another metric for success.
The return on investment.
We're just like honing in on the same thing over and over.
Well, the morale of the company might be a big thing.
And why would that be a big thing? What would that affect?
Well, it's a huge asset that isn't on the balance sheet. So
That might affect your price.
Might affect the balance sheet, right?
Stock price.
Yeah. So there's only one. There's only really one that I can think of, and it is?
money.
Yeah. It's the only thing we care about.
If they say something else, the shareholders will keep their
Really?
public company, pretty much.
Yeah.
They don't want anything else.
What else is there? I bought the shares in the stock for one reason, and that was? And you better?
Show me the money.
Show me the money, Jerry. That's it, pretty much it. So how do we measure success in a family business?
Could be expansion.
Big expansion. I'm buying that. How else? Yeah, you're just cutting right to the chase, huh? However you want. How much you want to do it? Expansion? How else? But you're absolutely right. However you want.
Maybe like the lifestyle that you want to live. If you want to work only 20 hours a week, and do golf for the rest of the 20 hours that you would be working. So that could be success for you.
20-hour work, 20 hours a week, work week, and golf for 20 hours? Who would see that as success? Okay, it's legit. Okay, how else? An expansion, 20-hour work week. What else?
Probably long generation success, like passing on your wealth to your children and stuff like that.
Wealth to the next generation. So a legacy. We had to one of our programs Leon Gorman, who's the grandson of L.L. Bean. And so Leon Gorman was saying that he would say to his grandfather, you guys have all heard of L.L. Bean, right? Who's not heard of L.L. Bean? Well, now, guess what kind of business they are? They're a family business. So L.L. Bean was the grandson. I'm sorry, Leon Gorman is the grandson of L.L. Bean, and he was the president and CEO for about 20 or so years, really drove success of the business. But he'd say to his grandfather, L.L., he'd say, we need to grow the business. We need to expand. And his response, Leon Gorman would say, his response was always the exact same response. Why? I can only eat 3 meals a day. He just didn't seem to care about growth. He'd gotten it to where he wanted it, and he was happy. He worked with his son, he worked with his grandson, lifestyle that he wanted, that was success. Clearly, the shareholders would not be happy with him. Now, the grandson, Leon, had a different agenda, and he executed and grew it from about a $5 million, I think it was a $5 million a year business that was losing money to $1.5 billion a year business. So he had a different agenda, and he created some real wealth for the family. But success in a family business is a choice. It's as simple as that. Success in a corporation is not a choice. So before we get into the advantages, what are some disadvantages of a family business? Who's in a family business? Now, I have to speculate that none of you are here because there's nothing but advantages. What are some of the disadvantages?
The obligations, like,
Guilt?
somewhat, yeah, like, you know, the obligations you have to have for family members, you know, and your job, and,
Oh, you got to give them a job because they're a family member? Oh, that's a problem.
yeah.
Maybe the pressure. If it was like succeeding and you take over, you have to like expand it, or if not, then it goes down. Then it's all on you.
So the guilt of failure. Yeah. I've heard over and over and over from family business owners, and they'll say this. It's almost funny when you hear somebody different say almost the exact same phrase, and you know they haven't communicated. Our name is on the door. My name is on the door. Do you have any idea how much pressure I'm under? I don't want to be the one that closes this place down. So they're like, I've got the pressure of performance.
Yeah, I don't have a family business, but I would surmise an issue would be that personal family matters between a husband and wife, between parents and children would boil over into the workplace.
Anybody want to agree with that? It's nonstop. I used to work at a family business, and the owner and the son would drive in together. Every day they drove in together. They had a little Volkswagen, and they'd come in the front, and you knew it was a bad day when the son would drive in and park in the back in a different car. When they didn't drive in together, it was because they were fighting, and there was going to be a problem for somebody that day. Any other disadvantages?